Welcome. In this lesson, we are going to look at structured logging. Here we use SL4J's MDC, Mapped Diagnostic Context. The idea here is to attach metadata to the thread. So every log statement automatically includes it. No need to pass variables around. Let me navigate to Visual Studio Code, create a new file. I will name it structuredlogcontroller.java. Let me annotate this with REST controller and request mapping annotation. I'll define a logger, then chat client private field. Let me accept this coding suggestion, which instantiate chat client. Before calling build method, I will attach an advisor here, that is default advisors new simple logger advisor. Now let's define a get mapping. I have named it chat logged. Now let's define the method signature. We will take here two request parameters, that is string user ID and string message. I have given a default values here, user ID user123 and default value for message. Tell me a fun fact about observability. First, let me generate a random request ID. I will put these values of random request ID, user ID and timestamp into MDC. Now let me define a try catch block. Within try block, I will define a log statement which logs message length. Now let me create a long variable which stores start time. Also a long variable for storing duration. Now in between these two statements, I will call chat client prompt user.message. Instead of execute, I will use call method, then extract the content. I will store this content in a string variable. I have named it response. And now I log how long it took for getting response. Now return the response. In the catch block, I log the error, and in finally block, I have to clear whatever there in the MDC. Let me clear all those values, request ID, user ID, and timestamp. Now this implementation looks complete. Let me go through the code once again. I'll explain each line by line. The first thing, we generated a unique ID which will be uniquely identifies the each request. Then we put that unique ID in the MDC which stores the key value pairs in the current thread. Once we put all these three values, any log statement in this thread will now include request ID, user ID and timestamp automatically. Here we are doing manual latency measurement, and at the end we are doing MDC cleanup. This is critical. Without it, the MDC value may leak to the next request, causing misleading log entries. Now let me build the application and run. Let me bring up the Postman. Here I have already added the API. Let me add variables here, user ID, which takes user 123, and I'll keep a message, tell me fun fact about observability. Let me hit the API. We got the response. Let me go back and see at the log. Now we don't see any request ID here because we have to configure logback XML here in the resources. I'll create a new file, logback spring.xml. Here we added timestamp with millisecond precision. This is the thread name. This is the request ID, unique request ID we generated in the structured log. This one. This is the log level. 5 represent it is left padded to 5 characters for alignment. Logger 36 represent the class name abbreviated to 36 characters. This is actual log message with a new line character at the end. I have added the user ID that will be logged in every log statement. Let me build the application and run. I'll bring my Postman. So here I have added user ID user123 message, tell me a fun fact about observability. Let me hit the request. Do you see here? The request ID is logged and the username as well. So it will be logged in every log statement. Let's say adding a timestamp here. I'll copy this key, paste it here, build the application and run. I'll bring my postman. I'll hit the API again. Let's see the logs. Do you see here? Now there are 3 values. I'll wrap this tutorial here. In the next tutorial, we will discuss distributed tracing. We'll see you there.